I don't agree with Antoine Walker with his statement for as him watching the game of basketball. And I'm not questioning his knowledge, but if you've been watching James Harden, to like y'all said, he's been the best player on the damn planet. But look, I will say this. Players have to stop being so damn sensitive. This man get paid to do a job. He was asked the opinion. He gave his opinion. Whether we agree with it or not, it's his opinion. And last time I checked, Antoine Walker is credible. He has credibility. When you look at him from a McDonald's All-American in high school, from winning the championship at Kentucky, from winning the championship with the Heat, 3-time All-Star. By the way, Antoine Walker was that guy. He had his own signature shoe with Adidas. When you look at Antoine Walker on the cover of NBA Live in 1999. So Antoine Walker was that dude back in the day. So he has all the credibility to say whatever the hell he wants. Players have to stop being so damn sensitive, especially when a guy is just stating his opinion for his basketball. He wasn't attacking James Harden personally, and that's the problem that I have, is that what is credibility? Like, what do you have to do? You have to play the game. You have to be an MVP to come on here and state your opinion when somebody asks you about it in the game of basketball. This whole narrative has to change. You know, you could be a student of the game. You could not play basketball at any level and been a student of the game and could give your opinion about the game of basketball. That don't mean you don't know what the hell you're talking about just because you didn't play it at the highest level or you wasn't an all-star or you wasn't an MVP. So players need to stop with that. Second of all, Antoine has to watch the game. James Harden right now is the best player in the league. Antoine, he took his criticism back in the day. Well, he used to dribble the air out the ball. So he know it don't work because guys used to be like, Twan, you got to get off the rock. I played with Twan when he used to be firing up those dumb threes at Boston. But he had to fix that in order to fit into a system when he went down to Miami to win the championship. But with all that said and done, I just want to say this. Guys right now got to quit being so damn sensitive when somebody state their opinion about the game of basketball. You know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to show up and show out and prove them wrong. That's it.
Listen,
right.
Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear about one thing. James Harden has every right to disagree with Antoine Walker. The issue that we're talking about is him saying he has no credibility. How the hell are you going to say a guy that played in the league, that won a championship, that went to the playoffs as many times, that averaged over 20 points the vast majority of his career, has no credibility to talk basketball just because you disagreed with him? You can simply say, I disagree, and here's why. But unfortunately, a lot of times these guys don't do that. And here's the sad part. If you speak to a lot of these guys in the NBA, these are some brilliant brothers who can explain the game of basketball. The other day, I did the podcast with Gilbert Arenas. Let me tell y'all something. I watched Gilbert Arenas break down basketball. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I mean, Gilbert Arenas could break down some basketball. I mean, I would encourage everyone to listen to his podcast. He knows what he's talking about. And obviously we see all the smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. They know what they're talking about. Just because you disagree with them doesn't mean that they don't have credibility.
You know what?
You can simply say that you could go in and articulate and elocute, here's why I disagree with them, and show us your knowledge about the game that you're playing. Unfortunately, these guys are playing, so they don't feel they should have to explain anything to anybody, and their comeback is to be disrespectful.
Yeah, here's the bottom line.
Antoine Walker, I just believe in this case, I don't believe he deserved that at all.
Here's the bottom line. No one's perfect. You can do a scouting report on anyone who ever lived and point out the weaknesses. No one has nothing but strengths. So sometimes that's pointed out. Harden would have been much more effective had he said something like, I don't know if, I got close with an undermanned squad in Houston. We could have won a championship there. I didn't have my second best player. I was going up against the best team ever, and we got to a Game 7. Or he could say, have you been watching me play this year? You know, I had to play that way in the system I was in. There are a million ways to go back at him at the content instead of the man.
Yeah, but Stephen A. Max, here's the problem that I have, okay? And we watch a guy like Daryl Morey, who James Harden and him are very, very close. He wouldn't dare say that Daryl Morey has no credibility because Daryl Morey speaks out on the game of basketball every chance he gets. And I love Daryl Morey. Half of the league, GMs in the league, people that work in the scouting department didn't play in the NBA. That means they don't have credibility. That means they don't know the game of basketball. Max, I'm sitting up here with you and Stephen A. Y'all didn't play in the NBA, but does that mean y'all don't know the game of basketball? No.
Oh,
So
I did play NBA 2K Live back in the day.
Yeah, but Max, but listen to what I'm saying though. People need to stop saying that because it really is it's really and truly true students of the game. People that actually watch the game of basketball and know the game of basketball that never touched the damn basketball. And I can sit up there and you can sit up there and be like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. So just because you're not an all-star, just because you didn't make it to the NBA, just because you're not an MVP, doesn't mean you can't talk about the game of basketball and give an honest opinion and give an opinion that's facts, period.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.